That things like these are normalized in our communities. Oftentimes, we don't know how to respond to such advances as a bystander. So, we end up throwing a blind eye to these situations, which end up causing much bigger problems. Sexual harassment is definitely not a new topic to us. It is so prevalent in our community in today's time. Our main focus on this project is to highlight on sexual harassment among university students and how we as a community can stand up against these vile actions and spread awareness. We conducted this research based on a Google Form survey of 60 respondents to gather primary data regarding the experiences of Taylor's university students with sexual harassment. In this survey, data was collected regarding the exposure to sexual harassment scenarios as victims or bystanders and how willing respondents were to take action against if they were exposed to such a scenario. We also focused on getting data on the degree of awareness among university students on such cases in university. Furthermore, preventives measures in education framework, notion of blaming the victim, and safety in university is also highlighted in our survey. According to the information of the survey, we can believe that the issue of sexual harassment education and awareness is ultimately what matters. 50% of our respondents said they have experienced sexual harassment. 43% respondents said no one having experience with sexual harassment, and the latter preferred not to speak on the matter. However, all of our respondents stated they were mostly unaware of cases of sexual harassment in our university. This aligns with our suspicion of the topic at hand being shunned and not spoken about, due to it being a very taboo. It is clear now that students should be instructed on how to protect themselves, speak up, and be mindful of their surroundings after such instances occur in their institutions.
He's asking for it. Why else would he wear these shorts when he's so skinny?
The point of view of victims is oftentimes neglected, and instead, in situations like these, it is common to blame the victim, as it is instilled in our societal norms. Based on our research conducted, around a third of total respondents from 72 believes improper dressing is a cause for sexual harassment. This is an alarming statistic, as people of university age are meant to be more educated. This makes use of deductive reasoning, a logical strategy in which you move from broad concepts to specific conclusions. This type of thinking brings about valid conclusions. However, it is not always true. If this statement was truly correct, it would mean every sexual harassment victim ever would have had to be dressed scantily during the attack. This statement is completely untrue. There is no valid and reasonable argument that would agree with the notion of a victim's attire being the cause of sexual harassment. It is ultimately an excuse generated in order to take away the blame from the perpetrator. If the bystander had a more empathetic mindset, it would make a huge difference in situations like these.
Would you like it if your brother or father got teased like that? What's wrong with you guys? okay to throw remarks like that to someone. We have to stand up for ourselves. Otherwise, we're just giving them green light to do things like that more.
I can't. I don't think I have the courage.
Promise me next time we won't let that happen. We are strong. Okay?
Apart from empathy in situations like these, most of the bystanders don't know how to react in such circumstances, which leads to them to ignore the victim which is being harassed. If bystanders could have interfered, such occurrences could have been vastly prevented. This could be the lack of educational framework for raising awareness about sexual harassment prevention. This is backed up by our survey, as 86% of our respondents believe that education and preventative methods on sexual harassment among the youth is not discussed enough.
Axiology, specifically ethics, is a branch of philosophy concerned with what is morally good and bad, as well as what is morally right and wrong. When asked about if they've witnessed a sexual harassment case be sunned, more than half of our survey respondents said yes. Choosing to ignore or remain neutral in such circumstances is unethical in itself, as users refuse to aid someone in desperate need of it. Unfortunately, it is common in these circumstances for bystanders to not interfere due to a lack of awareness about how such situations can be handled. Oftentimes, hotlines for help in such crimes exist. And yet, it is astonishing to see the statistics of unreported cases of sexual harassment. These cases could be dealt with if bystanders opt for intervention or call for help from authorities. In Malaysia, hotlines include Malaysia Emergency Response Services at 999. In addition, organizations such as the Women's AIDS Organization could also be reached at 6033-000-8858. These organizations can help victims take the necessary actions.
Go report to the guard. I'll go check.
Sure. Security, need help. Got a situation over there.
Don't you have any shame? What a creep. Don't worry, we're here. You won't anything happen to you. Please don't involve the police in this. I don't want my family or friends to know. Why though? Don't you want me to get punished? I don't care. I'm too ashamed. If my family finds out about this, they'll never see me the same again. It's okay, I understand.
Now is the time for us to reject the stigma surrounding sexual harassment and shift our mindset to make our community safer for everyone. One of the biggest factors contributing to the cases of sexual harassment going unreported is the embarrassment faced by victims. As per the survey carried out by the Women Aid Organization, 54% of people do not report their encounters due to feeling ashamed.
Did you hear about the sexual assault case that happened last night? No, what happened? Apparently, a girl was walking home from a party and somebody had done her some shit. That's so scary. I can't believe things like that still happen. Exactly. It's important that we work together and prevent this from happening in the future. Hey guys, we heard about this event happening next week. It's about preventing sexual assault on campus. This sounds really important and definitely going.
Me too. We need to educate ourselves and others about consent and how to prevent sexual assault from happening.
The issue regarding sexual harassment has always been a topic that goes from mouth to mouth in many situations, regardless of age group. However, ordinarily, people will just talk about the issue and not regarding awareness, education, prevention, and many more that may help eliminate this issue from our society. We would like to raise awareness about sexual harassment among university students so that we will have the power to reduce acknowledge the effect of this matter.